Hello everyone, my name is Aarti and you're watching HW News. Bail is the rule and jail is exception. This is the legal principle that India has followed since 1978. This legal principle was laid down by the Supreme Court itself. Now, the detention of an individual infringes on his or her right to life and personal liberty as laid down under the Constitution, Article 21 of the Constitution, and to protect it is the duty of the judiciary. That is what lies behind the very concept of this legal principle. In the last few years, however, as the cases against journalists have gone up, dissenters are being slapped with FIRs, this judicial principle assumes all the more importance. In a more recent trend, we can see that multiple FIRs are being filed for the same accusation or for different accusation, as was seen in the case of BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma and Alt News co-founder Mohammed Zubair. Mohammed Zubair was first arrested by Delhi police for a tweet. Later, in another case filed in Sitapur, he was sent to judicial custody. In a case filed against him in Lakhimpur, he was sent to 14 days judicial custody once again. All this while, he was denied bail by Allahabad High Court as well as a local court in Lakhimpur too. While the Supreme Court has granted him interim bail and today extended the protection, he will still remain in the custody. In light of such cases, Supreme Court's yesterday's remarks are nothing less than a wake-up call. In a guidelines that were issued yesterday, the Supreme Court also highlighted the importance of the rule bail over jail, and it also issued certain guidelines to prevent unnecessary remand and also the arrest. Moreover, the Supreme Court also remarked and said that democracy can never be a police state. Additionally, the Supreme Court also asked the government to frame a law regarding granting of bail. Let us understand the Supreme Court judgment in detail, but before that, at HW News, we show you the news honestly. We do honest journalism, but doing so requires courage. We hold mirror to the powers that be. Doing so, as I said, is not easy, and we require your support every step of the way. If you also want to support us, then please go to our website www.hwnews.in/subscribe us. There you will find different subscription options available for our readers as well as our viewers. Whatever plan that suits your budget, take it up and pay us. Because when you pay, you help independent media like us not only thrive, but also survive. Liberty as embedded in the law has to be preserved and protected, observed the Supreme Court on Monday while directing the centre to consider framing a new legislation on bail to streamline the release of accused in criminal cases, noting that the Code of Criminal Procedure as it exists today is a continuation of the pre-independence era with its modification. The recommendation to consider framing the new bail law assumes significance given the clogging of bail pleas of several under-trial prisoners, including activists, political leaders and journalists. The court observed in a democracy, there can never be an impression that it is a police state. Jails in India are flooded with under-trial prisoners. The statistics placed before us would indicate that more than two-thirds of the inmates of the prison constitute under-trial prisoners. Of this category of prisoners, majority may not even be required to be arrested despite registration of a cognizable offence, being charged with offences punishable for 7 years or less. They are not only poor and illiterate, but also would include women. Thus, there is a culture of offence being inherited by many of them. The court also said that the problem is caused mostly due to unnecessary arrest, which are carried out in violation of Section 41 and 41A of the CRPC and the directions issued in the Arnesh Kumar judgment. It certainly exhibits the mindset, a vestige of colonial India on the part of the investigating agency, notwithstanding the fact arrest is a draconian measure resulting in curtailment of liberty and thus to be used sparingly. In a democracy, there can never be an impression that it is a police state, as both are conceptually opposite to each other. Once again, we have to reiterate that bail is the rule and jail is an exception, coupled with the principle governing the presumption of innocence. We have no doubt in our mind that this provision is a substantive one, facilitating liberty being the core intendment of Article 21. The rate of conviction in criminal cases in India is abysmally low. It appears to us that this factor weighs on the mind of the court while deciding the bail applications in a negative sense. Courts tend to think that the possibility of a conviction being nearer to rarity, bail applications will have to be decided strictly, contrary to legal principle. We cannot mix up consideration of a bail application, which is not punitive in nature, with that of a possible adjudication by way of trial. On the contrary, the ultimate acquittal with continued custody would be a case of grave injustice. Criminal courts in general, with the trial court in particular, are the guardian angels of liberty. Liberty, as embedded in the code, has to be preserved, protected, and enforced by the criminal courts. Any conscious failure by the criminal courts would constitute an affront to liberty. It is pious duty of the criminal court to zealously guard and keep a consistent vision in safeguarding the constitutional values and ethos. A criminal court must uphold the constitutional thrust with responsibility mandated on them by acting akin to a high priest. Well, furthermore, the court issued a slew of directions as follows. A. The Government of India may consider the introduction of a separate enactment in the nature of a Bail Act so as to streamline the grant of bails. B. The investigating agencies and their officers are duty-bound to comply with the mandate of Section 41 and 41A of the Code of Directions issued by the court in Arnesh Kumar. Any dereliction on their part has to be brought to the notice of the higher authorities by the court. Well, that's all for this video today. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in. Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video and comment below it. And if you're watching this video on Facebook, then please do like our page and share this video to as many people as possible. Thank you so much.